The latest from Set It Off, Pathological. It is Peach's Pit Party kicking off on this pre-Friday, a.k.a. Thursday. I hope all is going well with you. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I already launched my little social media short stating that tomorrow night, 5 p.m., well, not necessarily the start of the hour. The way that the clocks work here on K-Bear is that there's one song at the beginning part of the hour, then there's the commercial break real quick, and then there's just a bunch of other songs during the hour, right? Well, the It's So New track tomorrow is going to play a completely different new track, and then I'm going to be playing the brand new Dayseeker album, Creature in the Black Night, from start to finish for pretty much the entire 5 p.m. hour tomorrow. So if you want to stream that, you can listen to us via the K-Bear 101 app. You can listen to us from your old-fashioned radio if you're here in the area. There's no excuse not to listen. It's always my go-to model, my motto. kbear.fm also takes you right to the website. Click play right there on your computer. Dayseeker, Creature in the Black Night. Very excited for that album tomorrow. Start to finish during the 5 p.m. hour right here on Peach's Pit Party. Like I said, if you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015, and I'll find some stuff to talk about here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Is right now really the time to go buy some sneakers? Because apparently sneaker sales are literally dying, according to this sneaker store owner in Placentia, California, known on TikTok. Whoa, what kind of username is this? HDNRLM.CEO. What an annoying username. Because nobody's going to remember that. Like, what are you going to tell them? Like, hey, what's your username? At HDNRLM.CEO. That person posted a viral video asking why sneaker sales are literally dying despite slashing prices well below retail. Like, you know those Kanye West shoes, Yeezys? They're on sale now for $110. There was a time where I almost got myself a pair, but it's even worse with sneaker sales compared to trying to buy tickets for a concert. Those bots, when it comes to sneakers, go in and buy every single pair. And then that one person who has all the pairs then tries to resell it online for like quadruple the price, maybe even more. And it really does suck because somebody bought all the size 16 Yeezys, and it's like, hey, you're not wearing those. You're not even close to that size. You just took them because you want to make money. What if I legitimately wanted I wanted a pair of Yeezys, you know? The off-white Dunks, they're still expensive. They're $320. This guy's store, Hidden Realm, struggling. He's not just seeing fewer buyers. People aren't even coming to sell their shoes anymore. So this whole clip sparked a broader conversation about the collapse of the sneaker resale market. It was booming a couple years back. Like, there was tons of people reselling those sneakers, trying their absolute best. I used to watch videos of rich kids' sneaker collections. You ever want to see something stupid? Watch some, like, 15-year-old on YouTube show you how many different pairs of Nikes he has and these rare exclusive other shoes. I mean, it's a whole thing. Like, they have a whole sneaker closet. I used to be one of those people that would enjoy collecting sneakers, but now that I have to, pay my own bills and such, I can only really afford my current sneakers and not anything else. Maybe, every single year around Christmas is when I ask my parents, hey, could you potentially get me a nice pair of Vans or something like that? And they'll usually gift those to me. I'll put it on the Christmas list. They pop up. I wear those all year long. I basically wear my shoes now until there's, like giant holes in them, things like that. Anyway, let's move on to some Rob Zombie as part of our K-Bear Rockin' Halloween Haunted by Jew City Vapor, House of 1,000 Corpses. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. I love these Am I the Jerk stories that pop up from time to time. This one mom, she's aggravated with her husband of 21 years. She said her husband completely ruined her birthday. And now in the beginning part of this, just reading that, I thought she was being overly dramatic. But then she goes on to say that the night before her birthday, she asked her husband if he could get the kids ready for school in the morning so she could sleep in a little. Seems like a fair ask as a birthday gift, right? She writes, I went over everything in detail, told him how to do the drop-off, what the kids need, and he agreed to do it. I don't think it's all that hard to drop some kids off at school. Make sure they have the proper lunch pail. Make sure they are clothed. Make sure they're ready. and just drop them off at school and drive away, right? But also, she now has deleted the post, which is weird. So after that, she goes on to say, I was really looking forward to sleeping in because it's something I don't have the opportunity to do often, as in I literally can't remember the last time I slept in. But then in the morning, her husband just completely ignored her request, went straight for the shower. She says he spent almost 30 minutes in the shower, then left her to get up and get the kids ready as per usual. Which I feel like of course he did that on purpose, right? There's no way you can be that forgetful. If you're that forgetful, go to a doctor. Because you could have dementia, something that just completely ruins your mind. I can't imagine being that forgetful. Also, I can't imagine being that useless to where I don't know how to drop the kids off at school. I will always know that. Just, in the future, right? Even if I never ever do it. Like all of a sudden I work mornings somewhere and I have to go to work real early on, and the future wife has to take them to school. There could always be an emergency where all of a sudden I have to take them, and I would have to know what to do, right? Not just be like, well, they're walking, sorry for the worst part is that the sarcastic response the husband gave, I don't know if I even mentioned that, but he basically, she confronted him. He said, well, sorry for bathing. Didn't know that was mean. Complete with an eye roll. I agree with one of the replies on this story where basically next time Mother's Day or her birthday rolls around, she should just book a hotel for herself the night before and turn her phone off. There we go. Or do as Victor would say and dump them. We are giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 bundle. Make sure to sign up for Make the Switch with Brent Gordon Law. There's the form to fill out on all 3 apps. If you want the maximum 3 entries into the drawing, just sign up once per app. The K-Bear app, the Alt app, the Cannonball 101 app, and then listen for the Mario Sounder on the air. Once you hear it, be caller 13 at 208-535-1015 to secure an extra entry into the drawing. You can also win that multiple times. Like all of a sudden, if you are caller 13 like 6 times on the air, you could earn those 6 extra entries on top of the 3 entries you got for signing up through the apps. We'll be doing the big drawing on Halloween, which is right before the time change. So the one lucky winner has time to pick up their brand new Nintendo Switch 2 bundle right before we fall back an hour. And, that one lucky listener gets to have, a whole new gaming system with the time change to make it a tad bit easier. Again, thanks to Brent Gordon Law for helping us make the switch. The NFL is shaking things up by moving the Pro Bowl games to the Super Bowl host city. This means San Francisco will host a made-for-TV flag football showdown at the Moscone Center. With a live audience consisting of the players' families, friends, and select fans, the game, of course, will be televised, and the league hopes to create a tighter, more TV-friendly format that showcases NFL stars while still allowing them to attend and mess around at the Super Bowl week festivities. EA will continue to be the only provider of licensed NFL video games. The league has announced an expanded multi-year exclusive agreement with EA, which extended their longtime partnership. EA acquired exclusive rights 20 years ago. Since then, it's been Madden and only Madden when it comes to NFL video games. The San Francisco Giants made history by hiring Tony Vitello as their new manager. Vitello has spent the past 9 seasons coaching the University of Tennessee baseball team, where he led the Volunteers to a pair of SEC titles, 3 College World Series appearances, and a 2024 national title. By taking the job at San Francisco, he becomes the first college coach to make the jump directly to Major League Baseball manager. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Yesterday, I briefly talked about the whole Louvre heist that happened, where these people stole like over $100 million worth of jewelry from the famous Louvre. And, now let's talk about another heist that happened in New York. Police in Westchester, they're still trying to find the group of suspects that broke into and vandalized Playland Park. They say this trio arrived on Playland Beach in Rye on a boat just before midnight. They climbed a fence before allegedly ripping out cables in an electrical room, stealing 200 stuffed animals, and then trying to throw a photo booth off of the boardwalk. Was that what they planned, or were they just like, hey, you know what? We're pretty bored with our lives. We're just going to go ahead and do something dumb. Take my dad's boat, go to Playland Park in the middle of the night when nobody's there. Just start ripping out cables, cause whatever mayhem we can. Those stuffed animals, let's just take 200 of those. Did they do an official count? Or were they just like, yep, that's 200? Do you think when the amusement park staff showed up the next morning and realized a whole bunch of stuffed animals were missing, that's when they officially counted? Just one guy was on the task of that, going, okay, 24, 25. Oh, this one's missing 26. Goes all the way up to exactly 200. Yep, they stole 200. I wonder how much money in stuffed animals that is, because you know how expensive those carnival games can be, and they're still on the loose. So, yeah, the stuffed animal bandits still out there in the mean streets of New York. Let's do some Hardy right now with Jim Bob on K-Bear 101. It feels like everything in here is failing. I just tried putting the mic in front of my face, and it just drops down immediately because the mic arm, it's just, yeah, all floppy. There it goes again. Anyway, let's talk about an online debate now going on thanks to Victor. He did post in the Radio Peeps Facebook group. I believe he mentioned this during the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem that he was going to do this. He typed in all capital letters, Christmas is coming. It may be a weird hill to die on, but Linus and Lucy is not a Christmas song, is what he wrote. I don't care what you say. I'm not playing it when we flip to Christmas next month. Now, a lot of people so far have pitched in saying, well, neither is this song then, if we're going with your logic. But then there's a lot of other people just joking around in there. But one dude named Mike said, it's okay to be wrong. And I don't know if he was joking or not. But I decided to do my research, even though I hate that phrase. But I did my research. But after doing some research, it is indeed not a Christmas song. The song was originally released in 1964 on the album Jazz Impressions of a Boy Named Charlie Brown. The song became significant when it was used for the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and then a Charlie Brown Christmas, so therefore, not a Christmas song. It was already released beforehand. People just mainly heard it for the first time on things like a Charlie Brown Christmas, and then they're like, oh, okay. I associate it now with that movie. Henceforth, it's a Christmas song. But I also feel like, isn't there a Harry Potter movie where they have Christmas? It's not necessarily a Christmas movie. Is it the same type of logic? I don't know. I don't think it's really a Christmas song either. I was one of those people that associates it with it, but Victor does bring up a great point. That song is used for a whole bunch of different Charlie Brown films. So, yeah, we're not playing it. When Classy flips over to Christmas music, towards the tail end of the year, I still can't believe that one station in Salt Lake City already flipped over to Christmas. I can't imagine being that person that's so excited during the first week of October that Christmas is coming, that I only listen to Christmas music for 3 months. That would drive me insane. I think it was 3 years ago when Classy, no, I think it was 4 years ago when Classy switched to Christmas music on November 1st. And it went all the way to like January 1st, and you could slowly see Josh lose his sanity. I'm now seeing posts on my Facebook about people shaving their head to see that new movie Begonia, which I did talk about how there was that special screening in Los Angeles. Ahead of time, you could go see Begonia, which is that new movie starring Emma Stone. But for you to go to that advanced screening, you would have to shave your head. So I could have just showed up and bought a ticket and walked right in. Same with Victor. Same with Josh. Could have just walked in. But there's a lot of people that just were so adamant about seeing the movie that they shaved their head bald. I mean, there's a few women on this video that completely just got rid of all their hair. That would be a huge change. When I shaved my head August 28th, 2024, was it 2024? I think so. It was the day before my birthday. It was the day before my birthday. And I had that whole AFib episode happened. And for some reason, my hair was already bothering me, and I was contemplating on shaving it. And then I just went home. My heart was still in AFib at the time, and I just, without even hesitating, just walked to my bathroom, picked up the electrical shaver, shaved it all right off. Yeah, couldn't believe it. And now bald peaches has been around for a little more than a year. I did it ahead of those people. That's right. Could have just gone to the movie myself without having to worry about anything. Unless they ask me to shave the beard, then I'm like, okay, well, that could always just grow back too. It would be weird to be bald with no beard. I would look like a massive thumb, you know? Victor shaved off his goatee and he, for the most part, hates it. But he did it for the bit. Proud of him for doing so. Let's play some Ice 9 Kills, the laugh track on K-Bear 101. Not that many people are talking about this, and I feel like more people should be. You know the TV show Ghost Adventures? It's quite cheesy. It's very dumb. Like, they never show anything. Usually, if you want to prove that ghosts exist, that you need to show some sort of evidence that ghosts exist. But no, for the most part, Ghost Adventures is just Zach and the crew, you know, saying something to aggravate the spirit or whatever. And then they hear a sound, and that's basically it. Like, they'll show you maybe a tiny orb, but there's never actually a full-on spirit that's right there on the screen. They'll yell stuff like, oh, did you guys see that person? Yeah, we did. You should have seen that. This lady was in the corner just staring at us. But they never show the lady, and it's super annoying. Well, there's going to be a new episode of Ghost Adventures that's coming out soon that captures the moment that one of the hosts, Aaron Goodwin, he learns that his wife had been arrested for concocting a murder-for-hire plot to kill him. Yeah, that's real. The clip, so it aired Wednesday. They decided to air the clip. They aired it Wednesday on the Discovery Plus channel, captured Goodwin staring down at his phone in astonishment while filming inside the abandoned Hollydale Mental Hospital in Downey, California. He goes on to say, hold on 1 second. And he goes to answer a call and then, finds out about the whole thing. Could you imagine your own wife's trying to kill you and you find out your wife just gets arrested? Oh, then it shows her looking all sad in court. You did this lady to yourself. What are you talking about? Can't believe that. They actually used it for the TV show. See, this is making me want to watch the show again, but then I'll get aggravated that, Ghost Adventures is still up to the same thing all these years later. Did you guys see that lady? We did, but I know you didn't because we didn't put the camera on the lady. All right, it's Peaches and
Victor
and
Taite The Martian Martin.
That's right, Taite The Martian Martin joining us in studio to talk about some fighting.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Very exciting going down at the Mountain View Event Center in Pokey this Saturday night, October 25th. This is Revolution Cage Combat 8. Pretty sweet. So, Taite, turns out I'd actually seen you fight before and just didn't remember it. I mean, you're looking a little different, I'm sure, right now than when you're in the ring, or cage, I guess I should say, the octagon, going at it there. Remind me how things fared for you at the last fight.
So the last fight that you watched me, I've fought twice since then, but the last fight that you watched me fight at, it was a first round TKO. I got TKO'd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all right. It happens.
Well, there were like 10 fights, and so
it's all good.
And my memory, Peaches, it's garbage. So I just remember.
Do you remember when you got knocked out?
It happens. It's fighting, and I guess that's kind of the exciting thing about fighting. You don't know what's going to happen, who's going to win. You always have like the person that has the better odds, but I mean, it's whoever's day that shows up, that's who's winning. So, and that's kind of what happened there. He hit me with a good knee to the ribs and broke some ribs and lacerated the liver. And
lacerated the liver.
Yeah, and down I went.
We complain about our issues. Like I've had some back issues. Victor has acid reflux.
Yeah, I was complaining about acid reflux today.
Having to get like not knocked out on the regular, but like there's that chance that you're just going to black out in the rain, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Yeah, man. It was wild. It was the first time I went to fights. Our good friend Lieutenant Marvin Crane is the commissioner for the state for fighting events, so he brought me along with him.
He dabbles in everything, though.
I know the guy has so many jobs.
Yeah.
He's an animal.
He is an animal.
He's scary, to be quite honest.
He owns his own cage. He was talking to me the other day. He's like, I think I need to get some fights going on again. I'm like, man, don't you ever like take a nap, dude? Just relax, watch some TV.
He'll sleep when he's dead, huh?
Apparently. So, how'd the next two fights go for you?
Ironically, actually, I'm on a three loss streak right now.
You had to remind him again.
I'm sorry.
No, again, it happens. So, the most recent fight, I was in July. I was in Vegas in July. It was Muay Thai, and I was winning the first round and a half, and then I got knocked out. So there's that.
Man. So
okay, not to how does it feel to get knocked out? Is it like you just black out and then you just wake up?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, like you wake up not really knowing what happened. You're kind of confused on where you are.
Wow.
You got a headache, right?
Yeah.
The next couple of days, you get a headache.
Man.
Yeah, you feel a little weird. You feel a little like light almost. I don't know, when you first come to. They're hard to explain, but
there was one time I think I knocked myself out. I've told Victor about this story about how I just flopped back in my bed and I hit my head on the nightstand because I miscalculated and I just blacked out. And woke up the next morning. There was some blood on my forehead.
Chances are you knocked yourself out.
Yeah, a nightstand beat me out of all things. So there's that. But are you from Idaho Falls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
There we go. Born and raised Idaho Falls. There we go.
Yeah, sir. Yep. Yeah. So I wrestled at Bonneville High School. That's definitely like the most experience I have in combat sports is wrestling. And yeah, grew up in this area, traveled a little bit, and then came back and decided to start fighting.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Right on. So how long you been fighting?
I've been training for 5 years ish, like in mixed martial arts. Wrestling. I wrestled my whole life. Competed at the higher levels. And then I just recently, like last year, no, it's been 2 years now that I've been actually competing.
Right on.
Yes,
and
sir.
Do you know off the top of your head who you're fighting on Saturday?
Yeah, Morales is his last name. It'll be a good fight. We're both pretty, both known to be a little reckless and not afraid to, go in there and get some action done. So that'll be exciting. He's more of a striker. I'm more of a grappler, but I've been focusing on my striking a lot lately. So you can expect to see a lot of standing and what they call standing and banging.
That's the good crazy stuff,
exactly.
man.
Yeah. So it'll be a good fight. And then the 3 fights after myself and him, they're all going to be some good fights as well too. I mean, there's the last people, they're both undefeated. They're going for a belt. And then the other 2 fights before that, they're also going for the belt.
With your wrestling experience, is it almost like an upper hand that you have that wrestling experience to where you could submit someone?
Yeah, so wrestling's more so like taking down, letting them back up, that sort of deal.
Right.
But yeah, wrestling, if you have superior wrestling, you can dictate where the fight ends up.
Because I know I've played some like UFC video games in the past,
right.
and like I know it's a big time hassle to play against those guys who are experts in the submission field because if they just grab you and then take you down, it's a whole
turn you into a pretzel.
Yeah, and you're just stuck there. You can only punch so hard before some guy grabs you and chokes you out. You know?
Right. And the submissions you're talking about, that's jiu-jitsu, but it's pretty much the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
Usually, if you're good at wrestling, you're good at jiu-jitsu. So
I mean, there's a whole bunch of it too. There's a whole bunch of different mixed martial arts is everything, which is
everything.
It's wild to think that there's people experts in Muay Thai and all of that, and a whole bunch of different fields.
Right.
Were you about to ask something, Victor?
No, I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about when he said he, had a lacerated liver, and I just, how long does recovery after a fight generally take before you get back into training?
Well, for that one, I was out for a while. Obviously, I think I was out for like a month and a half, I want to say.
Man.
But that's a long layoff for myself. I have my body heals pretty quick. I've been blessed with that.
Right.
So, the concussions too, those usually want to take a little while because your brain, you only got one and it tends to go downhill pretty quick if you don't take care of it. So like the concussions, I've taken a month off for those as well. Even then it's only a month of no contact. So I'm still practicing.
Gotcha.
But I'm just not getting hit in the head. But for the liver, I was down for like a month and a half. I want to say maybe a little bit longer.
Man,
and during that time, are you just like bedridden, or do you have to like get right back into working out? Otherwise, you lose all progress.
For the first couple weeks, I was bedridden. There wasn't much I could do, especially because I had dislocated ribs as well. And like the hairline fracture rib, that one was fine. It didn't really bother me too much. But the dislocated ones, those kind of sucked until I got put back in. And then I started doing like cardio and things like that. And I didn't go back to contact for a while. I want to say it's a month and a half. But I still was practicing, yes. I still was lifting. I still was doing things like that.
Right on, man.
So I really have no excuse. We both have no excuses.
No, not at all. We're just lazy.
And off the air, before we started this, we were talking about cutting weight, and you said you had to go through that pretty soon.
Yeah.
What's that whole mindset like, to just be like, okay, I can't really eat much of any junk at all. I have to just make this weight, or I can't participate, you know?
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people think cutting weight is like a lot of food, and food does have something to do with it. Like, I haven't had a carb since Sunday.
Whoa.
Right? But it's really water weight manipulation.
I was thinking about that, yeah.
So it's a lot of like dumping water out of your body and not drinking any liquids. And that's what sucks. The dehydration, that's what gets to you. Yeah. So,
crazy,
and it just
man.
depends on the weight cut, you know, like I'm doing a bigger weight cut. So mine's going to be a little bit more intense. But like my buddy, he's only cutting he started at 20 pounds, but he dieted a lot of it. And so now he's only got like 10 pounds to go. It'll be an easier weight cut, you know?
Yeah.
He can drink tonight and all that, drink water. Whereas me, you know, I'm done.
Wow.
And you guys are both fighting at 135, it says here?
No, I'm fighting at 135. He's fighting at it's called a catch weight at 160. So it's not a real weight, but his name's Christopher Nanny. He's my other teammate.
Okay.
One of my other teammates. Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, you know, for anybody who wants to go check this out, it's going down again Saturday at the Mountain View Event Center in Pokey, just right there off I-15. Looks like all kinds of different tickets available, GA, or you can go VIP if you want. Doors open at 6, fights start at 7, and does it say here there's 13 fights? Is that right?
I've heard 13 and 16. I don't know, because they only show the main card, and I know there's 8 on the main card. I do also want to put out there, though, that the tickets, VIP especially, are going by quick. So if you want to get your VIP, get them now.
Oh, yeah, and it's, having, been up close the last time I was there, I mean, the closer you are to the action, the crazier it is.
Yeah, the better.
You might get splattered with blood.
You might.
You just never know, man. It was wild.
Oh, yeah, it's like the splash zone at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Only spider blood coming your way.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to watch, and, I mean, it's so different seeing it in person than watching it on TV.
Oh, yeah. Way different. When you actually hear, like the hits and things like that, it's a different atmosphere. Yeah.
Some of those hits, man, you're just like, oh.
It humbles you. You never want to threaten somebody again. All of a sudden, I could be flipping off Tate in traffic. He's just running over my car.
Exactly. He looks like a nice, chill dude.
Yeah. Well, they always look like that. That's the
I know.
That's right.
Well,
See,
yeah.
We want Tate to come out and crush. So you guys got to get out here and cheer Tate on. Fighting this Saturday again at the Mountain View Event Center. Any other fighters that you're friends with that our listeners should be cheering on? Local guys?
Yeah, there's a lot of local guys fighting. There's actually a local rivalry going on. It's Aaron Jennings and Steven Dopp, so that'll be a good fight. That's a fight right after mine. Be a great fight. Then there's Christopher Nanny, my other teammate. I think there's a couple other guys from Lionheart. There's a couple guys from Martial Arts Academy that changed to Lionheart. So there's quite a few locals for sure.
And if people are interested in, getting into training and learning more about fighting themselves, how do you kind of get your start?
Yeah, reach out to me on Facebook, Taite Martin, spelled Taite. You can also hit up Omen's Martial Arts. So that's the gym I go to, help coach at. Then there's also Lionheart. So those are pretty much the only two in Idaho Falls that you can reach out to. Then you go out to Pocatello, you got Colossal. They're big. They're good for MMA. But I mean, really just reach out, and all of us fighters are pretty good about getting you to the right direction, depending on what you want to do.
Nice, man. Yeah, again, check him out. Taite Martin, you said Taite.
Yes, sir. Yep.
On Facebook.
Yep.
And if you want to get more details on the event, I just Googled up Revolution Cage Combat 8, and it should be loads of fun. I mean, geez, I might have to try to make it out myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, come on by. Let me know. We'll tell you where the after party is.
Heck yeah, man. Well, hopefully, you'll be celebrating.
Right.
And, it was really nice to meet you, man. Appreciate you coming by
Likewise.
to chat with us. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
Anytime, man.
Truck spills happen all the time on highways. I see constant articles about a truck spilling tomato paste all over the highway. There was one recently where a whole bunch of beer was thrown off a truck, which is probably the best thing to happen for most people out there, but Drivers on a rural highway got quite the surprise when a lion escaped from the roof of a moving transport truck, stood there for a moment before taking a flying leap to the ground. The big cat then casually took a stroll on the road before finally coming to a rest under a tree. The shocking moment was captured on a driver's dash cam shared on Facebook. Workers transporting the lion shot it with a tranquilizer dart and reloaded it back onto the truck to finish its trip to a game farm. They said the animal had a few scrapes and damaged nail, but was otherwise fine. Could you imagine? Oh, the lion got loose. Okay, time to load the gun. Now, I've talked about my experience as a ride operator at Knott's Berry Farm on the show before. Working at a theme park, it sucks. If you're just doing it for the money, I tip my imaginary fedora to you, just because it's tough to deal with people. I can't imagine being so... I don't know. I can't imagine being a person who's excited to work at a place like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Lagoon. You know, Disneyland seems like, I don't know, you have to be some type of sociopath to work there, because you have to be so overly excited. You have to point with two fingers. I'm sure there's a bunch of classes you have to take in order to become an employee of Disneyland. And if one thing goes wrong on your shift, you're just out of there, you know? You really have to be a Disney freak to work there. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because I saw something yesterday about how there's a roller coaster at Lagoon called Jetstar 2, and it's being retired after like 40 plus years of being there. They're just getting rid of the whole thing, and it's a giant roller coaster and all of that, and I'm sure that's sad to a lot of people. I can't remember the last time I was on a roller coaster. For the most part, I'm too big for most roller coasters. I can't fit comfortably in one. I'm so worried that the restraint's going to just lift up, or I'm going to get a leg cramp in the car and I'm stuck. Oh, that's my biggest nightmare. Going on a roller coaster, all of a sudden getting a leg cramp. And now with this whole AFib thing and me having to take pills for it, I'm worried that like some heart thing would happen on there. I don't know if I can go on roller coasters anymore. It's quite sad, but I did a lot when I was a kid. When I used to work at Knott's Berry Farm, I went on a lot of different roller coasters. Maybe I did all my time riding roller coasters back when I was a teen, and now I'm just like, oh man, I can't imagine taking my future kids to a theme park. They're probably going to have to enjoy it too very early on, because they might grow up to be too big for most rides. I've always said, make that one extra cart for tall people, not just, big fat people. I'm talking for like tall people, long legs. Make that one cart on the roller coaster just a tad bit longer for us tall dudes. Imagine being the person that has to put out a statement on Guns N' Roses' social media team explaining why Axl Rose just threw a fit during the first song of their show last Saturday in Buenos Aires, Argentina, when he threw the microphone at the drum kit, stormed off stage, then later kicked the bass drum. There have been reports that he was upset with Isaac Carpenter, their drummer, but they say that's not the case. The statement reads as follows. You ready for this? During the opening song at a recent Buenos Aires concert, Axl Rose's in-ear monitor pack had only the percussion in his ears versus his entire mix. The issue was fixed by our tech team by the third song, and we had a great night. The situation had nothing to do with Isaac Carpenter's playing, who is top-notch and a great drummer. The tour continues this Saturday in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I wonder who wrote that, because I know it wasn't Axl. You're telling me Axl typed that all out on the Guns N' Roses Instagram account? No. I bet they didn't even interview him. They just wrote that and said, okay, cool. Let's move on to the next show. Hopefully he doesn't blow up there too. All right, I have another fighter joining Peach's Pit Party. By the way, my last name's Peach, so I go by Peaches on the air. I have to clarify that with everyone. If I say Peaches, yeah, that's
okay. Yeah, for sure.
I'm here with Steven. You're a fighter yourself.
Yeah.
And are you more so a striker? You're more so a grappler? Which one are you?
So I did like 7 years of wrestling.
Okay.
And then the past couple of years I've been doing Muay Thai. So I'm kind of like a Muay Thai wrestler. But these last few months, me grinding, I've been doing a lot of jiu-jitsu. So I'm pretty well rounded right now.
So what exactly is Muay Thai? Is that the art of because I've heard of it, but I haven't really like taken a deep dive into it.
So yeah, it's a little bit better than kickboxing. I like Muay Thai a little bit better because I could use elbows and knees, and then I could clinch them and catch kicks, and Kickboxing is just punching and kicking. So
Yeah.
I like to, Muay Thai is more stand-up with boxing gloves, and you can use elbows, knees, and shred it up.
I've seen people take those kicks before to like the thigh or maybe even the shin, and I don't know how you can take one of those, man, because that would be brutal.
Yeah, no, you deal with it the next day.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the fight, you don't feel nothing.
Right.
Sometimes you'll feel a little something, but you just push through it and keep grinding. And then I keep telling myself, 3 more minutes, 30 more seconds, 30 more seconds. Even though it probably could be the beginning of the round, just tell myself, keep grinding. It's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, we just had Taite The Martian Martin in here not that long ago,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how he had to deal with like a lacerated liver at one point and a whole bunch of dislocated ribs. I mean, what's the worst injury you've sustained from fighting?
So I just banged up my shins pretty bad from kicking fools, but
Oh yeah.
But no, I've been doing pretty good.
When you do a kick, are you supposed to go with the shin to like have that be the main?
So you aim for the calf or you aim for their thigh.
Right.
But if they're good, they'll check it. Or if you're really good at throwing kicks, you're good at going around and hitting the back of the calf or whatnot.
Wow. Yeah. No, I feel like just hearing about this sport, I always feel like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes I go out in the public and then I'll get aggravated with people, and then I feel like I'm gonna have my worst luck and deal with somebody like yourself where I get mad and then you just quickly just be like, that's it, buddy. Just take me down, you know?
Yeah, no, when they get mad, that's when it gets easier because
right.
their head's not in the right mode. So you gotta stay calm, you gotta breathe, you gotta shred it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you were talking about, you're also cutting weight yourself. We were talking to Taite about that, and he was telling us about how dehydration, you kind of deal with that when you're cutting weight because everyone thinks it's food, but you're more so trying to get rid of the water weight, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like right now, I cut 15 pounds. I got about 6 more to go. So I've been trying to sip a little bit of water, eat some Jolly Ranchers, you know, keep my mouth moist because
Right.
I'm dying right now. But
dude.
then I got to take a hot bath tonight with some Epsom salt, some alcohol, sit in there as long as I can, and then try to soak up everything I can out of me.
Is that how your body can get the
extra out?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, dude. It's a tough process from what I've seen because people who are not familiar with the sport, I mean, they probably just think, oh, you get in the ring and you fight. But there's a whole art
I
with
feel
it.
like the worst of the battle is the weight cut.
Yeah.
After that, it's all fun and games after that for me.
Yeah. After the fight, do you kind of just indulge in whatever you want, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
After I weigh in tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pick out. I usually could go down to 125, and then the next day, the day I fight, I'll be at 150.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. That would be extreme. It can almost be comparable to like when somebody does one of those eating contests like Joey Chestnut with the hot dogs. I can't imagine just all of a sudden indulging on that much food and then having your body almost go into shock because of it or something like that. But the fights are going down this Saturday at the
Saturday at the Meg.
Oh, go for it. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this Saturday at the Meg in Pocatello, Idaho.
Mm-hmm. And who are you fighting?
I'm fighting Aaron Jennings.
Aaron Jennings. All right. And is this for a belt? Is this an exhibition match? What exactly is?
So it's whoever wins gets to fight for the title.
Gets to fight for the title. All right. So we'll be rooting for you. You know, we'll have the K-Bear Rock Army out there to support you and all of that. And appreciate you stopping by, really. Sorry if it was the last minute little interview with us. I mean, we just had Taite in here and now you stopped by. So yeah, it's been fun to have you on the show here.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I was like, dang, be on the radio. I'm down, I'm out.
Are you also into rock music? What's your favorite type of music?
I'm more of like a rap.
Rap?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, everyone has their own taste. So I was just wondering because I feel like there's a lot of different genres out there for people to enjoy. And I've seen those. There was a particular UFC fighter that comes out to Sleep Token, and that's quite a big deal, and it's really cool. So I was just wondering what your taste was. But yeah, we'll be rooting for you this Saturday at the Mech in Pocatello. Make sure to buy your tickets for that and support Steven here. So yeah, well, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.